Well, guys, Bruce Willis is back at it with being Bruce Willis. And I gotta thank everyone on Twitter who has a verified check mark for what to put in my thumbnail today. You guys are all wonderfully original. Bruce Willis went to a Rite Aid today. He refused to wear a mask, and then he got kicked out. I guess you could say he thought his life is also expendable.
Maybe he has a sixth sense for when germs are around.
Or perhaps he really does think he's unbreakable.
He has a death wish. Remake, reboot.
That's it for today's video, guys. We're done.
What films did you think of?
That's all we wanted to do is come in here today.
Puns did
Leave
you
your
make?
puns down below.
Fill up that comment box.
Here he is in Rite Aid, doing his best all Bruce Willis movies impression.
Seriously. Goodness. Looks like he's wearing a silicone mask of Bruce Willis.
So he had a bandana around his neck. Apparently, like, some people were uncomfortable. Rite Aid asked him to leave. This story is no surprise if you've heard any story about Bruce Willis. Like, none of this is a surprise. It's Bruce Willis. So unsurprising when you think about it. You're like, yeah, it's not a surprise. It sounds like something Bruce... I feel like Bruce Willis is the kind of guy who would actually believe in masks and still not do it.
And still not do it is the key. Yeah, because he just doesn't give a shit.
Here's my thing about the mask situation, okay? Here's my thing about the mask situation. Tom Cruise is a little more successful, so I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah, Bruce Willis isn't on the phone with every
Rite Aid is the gold standard!
Gold standard!
If a store or a place of business or any place you go to that is indoors that wants you to wear a mask, I think you should just cooperate and wear a mask. The other day, I went to see the optometrist. Next door to it, while I was waiting for like a pair of contact lenses, there was a store next door that looked really appealing. And there was like a couple people in there. And when I went to walk in, the owner said, "Oh, can you please wait outside first so these people can leave?" And my initial thought was, that's kind of freaking annoying. There's like 2 people in this store. What's the big deal? And my follow-up thought was, well, it's her business, so I'll cooperate. That's what makes her comfortable, you know? That's just the way it ought to go. Masks are not the cure-all, all right? That doesn't mean you have a 100% guarantee you're gonna be safe. They're like a good vitamin. They help increase your odds of preventing a disease.
And why wouldn't you want that?
And if you guys don't believe in vitamins, try this one out. They're like a seatbelt for a car. Does that mean if you get in a car accident, you're gonna survive just because you're wearing a seatbelt? No, but they're a good safety measure, okay? And plus, you know, you gotta look out for the other people around you. Everyone's
we don't
trying
do
their
that
best,
here.
all right?
We don't do that in America.
Everyone's trying their best. I say he should have just cooperated. He doesn't need to act this way. He could wear the mask when he's in there and take the mask off once he walks outside of Rite Aid.
Literally the second the doors open.
You could take your mask off.
Go through the airlock, Bruce.
I'm sorry you were not able to get whatever cleaning fluid you needed for your harmonica that day, Bruce Willis.
You know, he's got music to make during the pandemic. He's gonna drop an album this year and it's gonna be great after he finishes beating the shit out of a couple Rite Aid employees.
I can just imagine being that Rite Aid employee in that situation. How uncomfortable that would be. I'd be nervous. I could say all the shit I want with a camera pointed at me and I'm making a YouTube video. The second I'm at Rite Aid and Bruce Willis is there not wearing a mask, I'm like, I don't want to tell Bruce Willis this.
Excuse me, Bruce Willis. I know that you're famous for being a badass and having a temper, but could you please vacate the premises?
I don't know what the details are about, you know, like how he left. I don't know if he threw up a hissy
He jumped through the window. Yeah. He kicked out the doors, bashed in all the windows and left.
One thing's for sure, his face turned red.
Ah! And then, and then he went the whole 9 yards to not follow the rules of COVID, of the situation.
Yeah. Guys, we really just wanted to come on here to make some puns. And encourage you guys to try on a mask once in a while if a store wants you to.
Yeah, don't cop out.
Video
won't stop.
Oh my God, John, there's so many.
Come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Let's go to his IMDb.
Here we go.
I mean, one thing's for sure, he won't be the last man standing.
Twitter will remain split
Oh.
on his decisions.
He's behaving like a regular old jackal.
Yeah, man, you could throw him in with 12 monkeys.
It's like he wants to bring on the Armageddon of his life, you know what I
That's
mean?
right. He's a little out of his fifth element, if you ask me. And to think a perfect stranger had to ask him to leave.
He stormed out of there and walked 16 blocks in frustration.
Like an alpha dog.
You know what he was muttering to himself when he left Rite Aid, right?
What's that?
They said, go to the store, have a good day, pick up your pills, it'll be okay. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below on this. It's, yeah, wear your mask. Wear your mask.
It's the least you can do.
Wear your mask, take it off once you step outside
easy.
the door. Right?
You can even get a fun one.
Just a cooperation.
Get one with
Just
Bruce Willis on it.
Cooperate, Bruce. Cooperate.